And now for another episode of Strategic Command World at War, wrapping up this series. It's June 1st, 1945, and Quito, Ecuador has just fallen and it's going to surrender soon. Now to continue, I put a unit in amphibious transport here. And I'm holding this one. Maracaibo is still under American control, but they'll fall once the United States goes. And now the priority is to get as many submarines or destroyers to the Pacific. Let's do the naval part first. Get all these over. Continue the movement. All these ships are headed to assist the Japanese in blockading the west coast of the USA. And let's say one goes to Boston. And let's make sure Army Group Iceland should be landing next turn. I lost a Panzer unit, so it's going to take 5. Probably will not need it, but still good to purchase. These battleships are heading towards South America to assist in the conquest of Brazil. Let me check the diplomacy. Argentina, 1 chit available. Let's fix that. Italy has none. 28%, still a ways to go, but once I reach Argentina and they haven't converted, I'm going to attack them. '24th is heading towards Boston. This one over here, probably land in New York if I can. Any more naval units I can move? No, these are going to continue blockading. See, how many do I have left for transport? Only can transport 1. These continue over towards the Middle Atlantic states. A lot of infantry units, which is great for in-city fighting, because I have enough armor, and we got more ready to sail. But I don't know if I'll be needing them. I already got a lot coming towards the United States. So pretty much did everything in the Atlantic as far as naval goes. Now let's continue the attacks. Go look at the Mexico front. San Antonio. Unfortunately, the weather is terrible, so I'm not going to be able to launch any immediate attacks. But I have crossed the Texas border. Upgrade these fighters since the weather is bad. So we'll bring these bombers up. Oh, that's not enough of a reinforcement. It's not enough either. It's moving up towards Mexico City. Reinforce these. And up to Veracruz. And I'm moving up along from Mexico. Next turn, I can start attacking. Unfortunately, I can't attack Atlanta. Can reinforce the Charleston air unit. I don't know. I want to kind of be on a defensive because until I get my infantry units in, I don't want my headquarters blown to pieces out in the field. But I can. New Orleans has fallen. Reinforce this one. Because I have a feeling the AI is going to have plenty of air. It's raining on my turn, but on the AI's turn, it's not going to rain. So I'm going to put the air units close. Operate this one to Mobile. So now I got more fighters to defend any attacks. A little risky, but I can afford that. Because I plan on... I'm going to flatten Atlanta. All these bombers are getting ready. Atlanta's going to be rubble. I'm going to take it next turn. And I should be able to connect, and then I can start moving up north to Memphis with this armor unit and link up. Oh, that was a terrible. Nice. Okay, at least Charlotte's out of the way. can move this. Move this armor unit up here. At least I got Charlotte. That helps. That helps a lot. Because that's one less unit that can pop up right there in the Charleston area. I think I got everything here. The Italian cruiser can... That'll be the one Italian unit heading towards the Panama Canal. Now I'm going to bring in those infantry units to besiege Washington and push towards into Pennsylvania. Well, all these units will push up to Texas, Oklahoma, and the units from the land in Nashville, Chicago, and that should put an end to completely gut the American Midwest. But that nothing can pop up in Charlotte, that's going to help a lot. And I should have enough with the Charlotte unit and all these bombers to flatten Atlanta. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. It's pretty useless at this point. And I've done everything here. Did I do everything in Africa? No amphibious transport, and everything here has been okay. Okay, I did the Argentina diplomacy. So this is everything for the Germans that they can do. And now let's go to the Pacific, where we got a naval battle going on. Tasmania has been invaded. Okay, that one's gone. So now I'm going to hunt that Australian cruiser. Maybe bait it. Oh, we got another carrier. Oh no. I don't understand why I, just stop in here. Why I cannot attack right now that I detected it. I should be able to launch aircraft, but it will not let me do this. There's nothing I can do. I could launch 2 attacks and could have sunk this thing. But somehow it will not let me after I stop, or I couldn't find it. But then after I quit, it just pops up. That's really not fair. I don't know. What's it? Okay, that's it for Canberra. I don't want to take it because it'll end the game right there. This carrier here, oh well, could have sunk it. Now I want to leave this one in New Caledonia just to catch, but I can upgrade these medium bombers since they're in the city. Maybe I'll catch something coming back home. Get these medium bombers. So everything here is on the alert. But it rains so much in this area. Now let's check out. I don't know. I know there's submarines behind me. I have plenty of maritime bombers that should be able to detect. Should put a destroyer right here, just in case. No, right there, just in case it tries to come in on the aircraft carriers, if that's the intention. And let's move up the Germans, but not get too hasty yet. Let's move them in this direction, especially destroyers, just to catch. If I can, if they can walk into my German units, then my carriers can come forward and sink them. Just run into them. So, and I'm going to keep this task force right here for now, until all the most German units and destroyers come, where they can start to pecking out the subs. And let's take a look here to see where that carrier went. And I do want to assist this unit. Oh, there it is. I didn't want this thing running into. Let's bring the cruiser in. One left. It's probably going to head back to Anchorage, so then I can chase it and sink it finally. In the meantime, this is going to be this invasion fleet is going to continue this way, hopefully avoiding any American submarines, if there are any in this area. Doesn't hurt to send some fighters to let's get rid of this garrison. I'm going to put the fighter over here to keep a lookout. Probably be good to have one here too. One here and one here. Let's see where I got. Do I have any fighters? I really had. I think I only had 3. Never needed them really. Well, that should be enough. I can put this one. That should be enough to keep a ring going. And they got plenty of reach here. This is good. I think my maritime bombers, they're all well placed. See what anything that comes through. Put this one back in Honolulu so it can help reinforce. That should be a good patrol area to search for American submarines. And I got one carrier here, and I know there's a cruiser. So I think that's pretty much everything that I can do for the Axis units this turn. And time for another turn change. Ecuador surrenders. Yes. Sent them to the Pacific. Good. One city left to raid, and these here. More long-range aircraft, that's always good. So now I got more long-range aircraft from the Japanese, which is necessary. I don't want to lose any more Axis ground units to their bombers. They're probably going to have a good turn, sure. I had to rain, but the Americans are going to... Oh, that is sweet. That was a battle? Oh, that was that carrier. Okay. Point de Noir is going to reinforce. There's one right there. Excellent. That Japanese screen. Oh ho ho. Oh ho ho. Sweet. My God, how many are there? This is a... Oh no. There's a lot of... They just ran right into my... Yeah, that's not... Help, Germans. They're attacking an army unit. But the attack has fizzled out. They're advancing. Oh, there's another light carrier. I'm going to have to bring that other force with the destroyers. Man, there's a major battle in the Pacific right now. Let's take a look at how many ships they have left. I want to bring all those German U-boats towards the American West Coast, where the shipping yards are, because the United States can produce a ship a day. And as they're coming out, I just want to sink them. All right, here's my German carriers, and I do plan on using them to assist air attacks in South America. So let's continue on to Iceland. Nothing in there. Excellent. So Iceland's been taken. So that's another country out of the way. I don't have to worry about. Army Group Boston. And New York. Okay, I got Boston and New York ready to land in there. Or if New York's occupied, then Portland, Boston, or either one. I don't think. And the weather is again horrible in the south. See, this is what the AI does. It's the middle of June and it's raining in Texas. Well, hurricane season, I guess, but this is just... This is frustrating. End up with bad weather. But I'm going to continue my offensive up. There's a unit in Nashville. Alright, good. Let's head back down to New Orleans. And see, on their turn, on the computer's turn, it's going to be beautiful weather and he can attack. I don't know what to do here. I can bring one. Start bringing in all these infantry units. And this is huge. This is a lot of German units that have just landed. Anti-air defenses. To reinforce these as best as I can. Just get ready for the assault on Atlanta next turn. Just gonna max out all my bombers and Charleston. All the air units are where they're supposed to be, and they're doing pretty well as far as strength-wise now. Get the more advanced veteran units. I want to see what's in Dallas-Fort Worth area. This one's experienced. All right, San Antonio and Houston have fallen. And the push right into the Midwest is going to continue. Going to have to send some units over here. Good long range. So this army, and fly this one up here. So the more units we have that can fend off any Allied American air attacks, and you can head back to the canal. Probably overkill. The next turn will be interesting to see what happens in Boston and New York. And I got more forces in here. And should we... I don't have anything to transport, so I'll take one more, couple headquarters maybe, and the other units. Battleships continue down towards South America. And now let's do some amphibious. But first I gotta Dutch Guinea declare war. Took care of that one. Oh, there's an air unit here. Now, this is where this comes handy. And he suffered a lot of damage. Damn it. Ah. Why did this guy suffer so much damage? Could have had that air unit. This one's going to Guayaquil to reinforce and then head down towards Lima. Wow, that really that would have been nice to destroy this fighter unit. Now it's going to escape and reinforce and harass my planes on the mainland. Okay, 11th Army. It's Manstein's Crimean Army. Is heading towards Norfolk. And this could all have been stopped if the Allied bombers had just bombed these ports of entry. But the AI won't do that. Well, we got infantry units coming in, and the army units are going to go towards, just flank everybody and go towards the Midwest. The attack on DC has begun. I'm going to move next turn where I can bring up the infantry units and assault Washington in conjunction with the invasion here to assault all this. And let's see. No long-range amphibious transport. Let's get this Italian unit on his way. Once this one comes down, I'm going to bring this one up and trap this unit. Hopefully there's not too much in Brazzaville or Leopoldville. So I think once again I invaded Iceland. Check everything. I don't think I'm going to be needing this one. I think I've done everything here. Now let's go to the Pacific, where there is some American activity. Where? Oh, here they are. Okay. Here are the American units. And I have 2 destroyers up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to use the maritime bombers on the subs. That's okay. I got one group of escorts. They're losing aircraft heavily. Of course. That I knew. I'm so sick of hearing that. So well. Hit the KVL. So the maritime bombers did a job here. Well, it does expose a lot of these units. Good. More carriers here. Excellent. I can bring my Yamatos. There goes a cruiser. I took that one down. Oh, this is... Make sure all these... Yeah, I just need one with fighters. This one. Yeah, two of them. Okay. And now... What's going on here? Okay, I want to get the carriers. Sunk. Goes back. There goes another one. Sunk. I want to get the carriers because they're the ones that can bomb my transports. This battleship is weakened. I'm going to see if there's anything else behind here. There that carrier goes. I'm glad I had a couple fighters here to assist, so that is a devastating defeat for the United States. Now let's bring in some destroyers. There, Germany comes to the rescue. Don't need the cruisers. Destroyers. They are the ones that are going to go after the submarines. My air units can detect them, and then these guys can hunt them down. And the U-boats are going to be heading towards the coast. to sink anything that comes in the shipyards. And that's it for Germany. So let's see how many more. The U.S. has 10 naval vessels left, so, and let's see, the morale down to 36%. It's going down really bad. Wow, this is a major battle, like the Battle of Midway, actually. So, I have 2 carriers here, so since the action is up there, dove from attack. Let's put a destroyer here and another destroyer there. Just kind of create a ring. Oh, there's a cruiser. All right, that one's gone. Had one more shot left, so that cruiser is gone. And I think I can start surrounding. If they come back, they'll probably hit something and my destroyers can intercept. And I got the U-boats already heading towards the west coast. Now this is... and let's see... This one's going to be heading towards Anchorage. No, there's no carrier in there. I do want to make sure. I don't want to run into it, but it's very weak, the Bonhomme Richard, unless it's sunk already. Japanese invasion fleet heading towards Vancouver. I'm going to be landing one up here, one there, and then the rest is going to be pushing towards Vancouver. Hopefully there's no American units. Make sure everything is attacked. Okay, it's going to be sub-hunting. I think the surface fleet has been destroyed, but whatever the west coast is going to produce, the factories, I'm going to have the U-boats ready. Not a bad idea to keep some of these battleships over here. Just in case, I don't know if it's submarines, they're going to get picked off, but are there any units over here? Now I want to go hunting for that Australian cruiser. Oh, there it is. Good. I found him. Sunk. Good. All right, I knew it was there somewhere, so I want to keep these two together. I don't want anything. Well, let's move back over here. I don't see anything. That one American carrier up Upgrade long range. Get as much long range as possible. And we're going to go back. Long range. That's the only way we can catch anything out in the ocean. It's pretty good that I got those American units even from those land-based. These land-based maritime bombers did their job too. So now I think hopefully that's all they have is some submarines, but a lot of carriers have been sunk. United States down to 9 ships, probably mostly all submarines. Well, that one Bonhomme Richard is still alive, and I don't know what else, mostly subs I think, but they're going to try to keep the shipyards of San Francisco and Los Angeles and maybe Seattle closed. Yeah, the California shipyards, I'm going to try to keep them closed, shut them down completely. I've done everything in South America, and these ships are ready to move. Yeah, a couple U-boats, some battleships. Done everything in America. Check diplomacy again, Argentina. Nothing. This one's not going to be ready for a couple more turns. And the Battle of the Pacific is raging. Alright, next turn. Hopefully I don't lose much to the submarines, but I've weakened them, the ones that were there, pretty badly. I can bring some submarines up. Really nice if the German U-boats intercept anything, any capital ships coming in. So let's do a turn change. Dutch Guiana surrenders. Iceland's gone. National Guard mobilizes in California. Sail to the Pacific. Woo. Madagascar. Very good. That's making progress. Excellent progress in regarding Argentina. Let's keep up the pressure. Dallas-Fort Worth area. Well, if I can see. I had a feeling they were going to do something like that. I'm gonna have to take, if that air unit stays there, add left. I'm gonna plan on taking Knoxville. When I head into the Midwest, take Chicago. All right, Dallas has got some armor units. And that's it. More units coming. take a quick look overview. I haven't seen any American units, but I know there's a submarine there. And we're going to bring up the German destroyers. Iceland has fallen. Long-range amphibious transport, yes. We're going to be heading toward Monrovia. Two more turns, this headquarters can come in. I cut off this unit. There's nothing in Brazzaville, so that should do it for that. And then probably there's a garrison in Leopoldville, and then I'm going to attack Luanda. So this is it for Africa. Reinforce these, and this one, these two are going to go back to Georgetown. So I got all these areas. Port of Spain, all that is not important, and there's a port of Maracaibo that doesn't really matter. And well, we got some decent weather over here, but is Atlanta? Oh yeah. All right, I said I'm going to bomb Atlanta. So let's begin the flattening of Atlanta. And encourage some air battles. Okay, there's one there. I took care of that problem. Major air battle. Alright, one tactical bomber. Look at all these air units. There we go, but I got Atlanta has fallen. Put a headquarters in there. Alright, after a massive bombing raid, Atlanta finally fell. And I'm going to start pushing into the Midwest and Memphis. I think Memphis can be next. So I think this is a good time to call an end to this episode. Thank you for watching.